Hello guys, तो this is my first बाद वीडियो अवेलेबल रहेगा. हाँ, yes bro, the video will be available in the so I will share the video after I live it. Okay, so yeah, of course. Okay guys, welcome. This is my first tutorial on uh, Python programming language. So first things I just went through my all the forums. So I just saw that most of you guys don't know the beginning. I mean, most of you are beginner. So I was just thinking, so why shouldn't I teach the basic of programming, as it suggests that programming knowledge. So first thing I want to say that uh, when you're if you're given like a question to uh, the difference between first things, you have heard the words like algorithm, programming, C++, Java, SQL, etc. But there is a basic thing that you need to know. Like, if you know the basic algorithm of how to write a program, then you can easily implement in any of the language, in any language. So first you have to learn what is an algorithm. So algorithm is just like the basic answer to a basic question. Like, if you are asked what is the write an algorithm to print the sum of two numbers. So write a program to print the sum of two numbers. So numbers, say x and y. So this number is x and this number is y. So the question is asking for you to write a okay, let's change this thing. Algorithm to print the sum of two numbers x and y. So first, to write an algorithm, so we first have to take input of the two numbers. So for taking the input, you have to write in like input x to take the input of the variable x, and then input y. So these two lines, basically what it does is that it takes the input of a variable named x and a variable named y. So then what is x? I mean, what is the variable type? What is the type of x? I mean, you understand what is the so for that we need to write input integer x and input integer y. This is a basic thing. I mean, it is my thing to let you understand what is the input type of x and y. So the type of x is integer, the type of y is integer. You can write or you can not write. I mean, just to for you guys to understand. Yeah, this is the thing. So we have to the two numbers are stored in x and y. Then we have to do the addition function. So we declare a variable named sum is equal to x plus y. So this variable this variable sum, what it does is that it basically adds the two numbers, yes, and it stores in the variable name sum. And in the next line you write print sum. This is a basic program of this is the basic algorithm to print the sum of two numbers x and y. So if you are asked to write an algorithm, oh my god, I made a silly mistake. Write an algorithm to print the sum of two numbers x and y and print x and y both. So the question is asking that to print the sum, and print x and y. So the minor changes to made over here is that to write print x and print y. This whole thing over here and over here, from here to here, this is the simple algorithm of uh, of taking inputs of two variables x and y and printing the sum. So for you guys to understand, so today we will learn how to write the this program of writing x and y. So first let me show you how to install Python. Let's wait, I will uninstall my Python version. One sec. Okay, the sound is too much and my ear is bursting out. Just if you have any question, just ask me and I will try to answer it as much as I possible. If you have any question, just ask me. Okay, just it is uninstalling. Just I will show you the another algorithm of finding the greatest number between two numbers. Okay, if you are given input two numbers like x and y, so write an algorithm to find the greatest between two numbers. So in this thing, it is asking to take an input of two numbers. Say I will say x, so as I said earlier, input x, and then I will write input y. So there is a function if. The basic function of if is to check a condition is given. Say I say that if x greater than y. Okay, in Python, okay, I will let us show it. If x greater than y, print x. Okay, so what this line basically does, that it checks the if this variable x and y are it is greater than y. If this condition satisfied, then only this line will execute. Okay, so in coding language you have just one tab, and if this condition is not satisfied, okay, so there is another condition, else. We use this line else to print y. So as you see, input x, input y, so two variables are stored, and if x greater than y, if this condition is satisfied, then print x, else print y. This two functions is the if else condition. It's a very basic thing, and it's used to check, I mean, you can write pretty much anything, this basic function, right? Just show you how to install Python. So next topic is to find the greatest between three numbers. So the basic changes, I will write it again. So it is said that write an algorithm to find the greatest between three numbers. So we take an input z again. Now there is a tricky part over here. So if x greater than y, z, there are three variables. In the previous slide we saw that it was only two variables. It was pretty easy. We did it using one line, if. Now if say x greater than y, okay, if x is greater than y, so first condition is that I assume that x is greater than y, then so x is greater than y, then we again check if x is greater than z. So we check in the first line if x is greater than y, the condition satisfied. Then we check if x is greater than z, then we print x. So we checked that x is greater than both y and z. These two lines check that this x is greater than y and z, so it prints x. Now again condition, as I told earlier, if there is a if, there should be an else. There should be an else. If x is greater than z, else print, okay, wait, I also forgot if, okay, just ignore this line. Next condition, else, I will come back to this later, one sec. Else if, so I am checking that if x is not greater than y. Okay, so if x is not greater than y, then x is greater than y, print x. If x is greater than z, if x is greater than z, or if x is not greater than z, then this condition else print z. This over here, it basically, if x is greater than y, then the condition satisfied. If the condition satisfied, then if we again check that if x is greater than z, if x is greater than z, then we print x is greater than print x. Else if this for this condition, if this doesn't happen, then we print z. Or we can do another thing. So there is another function, else if x is greater than y. Oh, sorry, my bad. Else if x is greater than z, x is okay, never mind, just else. Now we take that if x is less than y, this condition doesn't satisfy. If x greater than y, this condition doesn't satisfy. So else, now if x is greater than, I just got a little confused, one sec. Damn thing. This thing always oh, I was doing the right thing. Damn. I just have to check that else if x greater than, if not, then print x. And if x is not greater than y, then if x is not greater than y, I mean when this condition doesn't satisfy, then just we have to print, we have to then check if y greater than z. Simple. If y is greater than z, then print y, and else print z. This program is the basic program to check the greatest between three numbers. So we first take the input x, y and z. These three variables is used to store the three numbers x, y and z. First we check if x greater than y. If x is greater than y, then we again check if x is greater than z. If x is greater than z, then print x, else print z. Okay. Now if this whole thing doesn't satisfy, I mean this condition doesn't satisfy, that if x is greater than y, then this is a comment line, then we assume that y is greater than x. Okay, because this is the else. So if the same thing, if y is greater than z, then print y, else print z. This basic algorithm, what it does, checks the three numbers. Okay, now I will show you how to install. So first thing, uh, thanks man. I will just show you how to download Python. So just type Python. Okay, this site http.python.org.in. I mean, if you can't see it, I just zoom in. This site http.python.org. Just hit this. Damn. Just hit this site. What? Ah, lol. So these are the thing. Okay, I will just over here there will be a button. Just download latest 3.8.1. You can easy. Okay, lol. Just download the. This is Python. New features. Files. Okay, Windows best executive zip file. Oh my god, they changed so many things. What the heck? Yeah, this thing. I will just send you the link. That's pretty better. I already have it installed somewhere. Yeah. So after downloading, this will be a path. Okay, just I will upload it here. Okay. I will just send the link of the download. You can also go over here and click this link. Okay, this Windows x86 64 executable installer. This is the file. The same thing I downloaded earlier, AMD 64C, but I downloaded a previous version. Let's just upload this. I will send you the link. Okay, so just install it as the whole instructions show you. Just install it, simple. So today we got the if and else. So we learned if else, how to execute if and else. Okay, it is not a Trojan, don't worry about that. It's a simple file, I'm sure of it, don't worry. So this is the file. So first thing, we learned how to take input of two numbers and print the sum, and then we learned how to check the conditions if and else. Next thing we will learn is for loop. This is a great thing, seriously. For loop. Before for, I will just do one thing. I will teach you while. This while loop is a good, I mean, you can also, first thing, do you know what is a loop? A loop is something circle. Just wait. See, you guys can see this, right? Okay, so this is a piece of line. Okay, and this is a piece of line. Don't judge my drawing. Say for example, this is a simple condition. Okay, condition. Okay, so basically this thing will go down and again come up. First thing, when it will come down and then when it will come up, it will again check if the condition is satisfied. If the condition is again satisfied, then it will again come down, then it will again come up, then we will again check if the condition is satisfied. If not satisfied, say if not, it is not satisfied, then this entire piece of code over here will not be executed, and if there is something in the end line, it will be executed. I will show you. So say for example, the question is write an algorithm to print from 0 to 10, just small numbers, okay, 5. So first thing, as I said earlier, we take an input and store it in a variable. So we can also store the number in any variable, like c is equal to, say, 0. Okay. Next, while c less than uh, less than equal to 5. I will teach you later one thing. This is a curly bracket open. This is a basic C thing. You can just, it is a good habit to put curly brackets, and I write over here print C, then C is equal to C plus 1. So this is a new thing. Okay, so first I will just teach you what we are doing over here. We are assigning value 0 to C, this integer type C. Okay, one thing, sorry, int C. Okay, in Python you can write int, or you can't write int, anything. There is no such thing. That's why Python is so easy. It is very easy. Int C or anything, C is equal to 0, while C less than 5 says the first value is 0, and it checks while C less than equal to 5. Okay, it checks C is less than 5. Then in the first table I show you, the first printout will be 0, print C. This condition is satisfied, so it will print C. Then this thing, what it does is that it adds 1 to the value C, and then it stores again in the C value, like this is C and C after loop. Okay, so C after loop is 1. If you again write print C over here, print C, you will get this output 1, because over here this line does that, it increases the value of C to 1. This line, and there is a curly bracket over here, so it will again jump up to the first line and check if it is less than 5. Yes, 1 is less than 5, as we all know, basic arithmetic. 1 is less than 5, so next line will execute this line, print C. It will print 1. C is equal to C plus 1. 1 is added to C, so 1 is added to C. 2, the new value of C is 2 over here, and it will print. See, it is printed 2. Then the curly bracket, then it will again jump to the first line, check while 2 less than equal to 5. Yes, 2 is less than equal to 5, so it will print 2, this line, and then 2 is equal to 2 plus 1. I mean, new C is equal to 2 plus 1. Okay, 3, print C, this line will be printed 3. Then after loop again this line will go to the top, check if 3 is less than 5. Yes, 3 is less than 5. The first line will do it, print 3. Then 3 plus 1 is added. This is an increment operation. You will heard this term, increment operation. What is basically does is increases the value of the present term by the value that is assigned, that is 1. 1 is assigned to C. Okay, then it will print C. 4, it will again check 4. If 4 is less than 5, yes, it is less than equal to 5, so what will be printed? Sorry, 4 will be printed, and C is equal to C1 plan, so C will be incremented 5. Now print C. Now here is a twist. Since I have written that C less than equal to 5, so now the value of C is 5 in this line. So 5 is less than equal to 5. Yes, 5 is less than equal to 5. It will print 5 and C will be incremented by 1. Okay. But when this line comes, this value 6 over here, 6 is less than 5, less than equal to 5. This line is not executed. So the operation will be breaked, and you will, if I erase this line, you will get this output. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Simple output of printing 0 to 5. Okay, this is a simple logic to write a program to print 0. I mean, to write a number range from 0, range if you are asked to write an algorithm to print the range of a number from this to this, you can write this. Okay, this is easy. Okay, now one thing. Now if I say that 0 to n, if I say write an algorithm to print the number range from 0 to n, so in this algorithm, what the question maker is asking is that you have to, the user will define the range, the last range of the system. So this is omitted, so I will again fresh. So the user will give the thing. So we first write input n. We declared a n variable to store the n. Okay, so first thing, we take the input n and store it in a value n, and then we initialize the value 0. C is equal, oh sorry, 0. Okay, so first we write z is equal to 0. This is the starting of the range. For simplify it, 0 to n. So what is this that 0 to n. Okay, this is the range from 0 to user defined number n. Okay, so C is the 0, the initial value of the system. Okay, so while n C less than equal to, okay, now a new thing I will teach you. So 0 to n, basically in Python we don't write z, you can write, but we basically don't write this like n or n plus 1. Okay, so never mind, we can also write n plus 1 over here. Okay, this is a pretty good thing, and it's very easy to do this. This is the same logic. See, n plus 1 or n equal to the both thing, you can write this, or this. The both things will execute the same thing. The both these functions will execute the same thing. So for your teaching and for this you to understand, I will use this. Okay, just to the say the user gives the value of n. What the hell, I'll just steam log out. For see the user inputted, the user gave input of the value n to be 6. Okay, so for our understanding, we will take input n is equal to 6. So the first value of c is 0. So for in the previous program we saw that first we print c, then c is equal to c plus 1. This is an increment operator, as I said earlier. This increments the value of c. This increments the value of this variable to plus 1. To plus 1, I mean the anything. I can also write 2. Then it will be incremented by 2. 2, 2, 2. We will also see that later. But for our convenience, we will make a table. Okay, and another question that come in your mind, that why are we writing the print c in the first line? Why not in the second line? We can write it over here. The problem is that it will not print the initial value c. The c is 0, then c is 0 over here also. In this line, when it is checking, the c is 0, then it suddenly increments. So if I write this line, then the c will be plus 1 for the first condition, first round. So for to print the number system, we write print c over here. Okay, we make a table. This is c, and this is yeah, c, yeah, c after the loop. So initial value of our initial value 0 less than 6 the condition is satisfied. Yes, so 0 will be printed. Now the new value of c is 1. Okay, over here it is 1 over here. Then this curly bracket, the while loop, this is a while loop. Okay, it will again go up. It will check 1 less than equal to n. Yes, 1 less than equal to 6. Yes, then it will print 1. The value is incremented by 1, so it will be 2. Now 2 is less than 6. Yes, so 2 will be printed. Now the value is incremented 3. 3 is less than 6. Yeah, by this method you can write it 5 over here. Just check. See, now the value of c over here in this line is 6. 6 less than equal to 6. Yes, so 6 will be printed. Now in this line the value of c will be 7. This column is just for our understanding. We are not getting this print. Okay, now the value of 6 is the c is 7. The c value is now 7 in this line. It will again check c less than equal to 7. 7 less than equal to 6. No, so this operation will break and you will get this output 0 1 2 3. Oh shit, I didn't know. Numbering problem, sorry, my bad. So you will get this output 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is the loop if the user gave n dot n. Okay, so this will be the loop. Okay, one guy is asking for coding. Okay, I will show you. I thought I will be doing coding tomorrow, but okay. So I just search for Python in your Windows. Okay, search for Python. This thing will pop up. This is a Python shell. This is just shell window. So this is a Python shell window. As I showed you earlier, you can store variables over here. See, a is equal to 5. We are assigning, oh wait, sorry. Okay, so this is now visible, I guess. So first thing we are doing is that a is equal to 5. We are assigning this just to assigning the value 5 to a. You might be asking why are we not initializing the integer initializing the variable int. That is the main logic why you use Python, because we don't have to initialize anything in Python. We just can write a is equal to 5. A is now 5. If we write type a class int, see, it is writing class integer. What is it saying? That the type of this, what is this function doing? This is a new thing. This is the type of 7, type of a variable is integer. Now we write a is equal to abc. In Python we write string in this form, abc. This is called string. Okay, I will show you. Now we enter. So the new, to print a, we write print as I showed you, a. See, abc is printed. Now to check the type a string. See, string is denoted by str. Str is string. Int, as I showed you earlier. Okay, forget this. Let me just open a new window, Python. Hey, new ID, new shell window. So we are assigning 5. We are assigning 6. Now, what is the value of a now? 6. What it does that first we are assigning a to 5, then we are assigning a to 6. This value overlaps the other value. Fibonacci series. Okay, I will just don't this guy asking, never mind. So as I earlier in the first thing, as I showed you earlier, that print the sum of 2. Input a, we are not taking input. Wait, I will just show you. A is equal to 5, b is equal to 2. Okay, now we write sum as, okay, sum over here. Sum in Python is a library function. There are some libraries and this is a library function. So sum, we can't write sum. I will just s is equal to a plus b. Okay, as you see, s is equal to a plus b. Now we print s. See, 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. Now to write code, how to write code? I mean, I showed you code, right? So what you can do is file, new file. This will be opened, or you can simply write, or simply click Ctrl plus N. Okay, this window, untitled window will be there. So what I will do is write, as I showed you, input this is the basic starting of the, wait, a is equal to okay. So I will take input a is equal to input so now tricky part. What is this line doing? What are the 3 things that I wrote over here, and what are the brackets for, and what is this whole thing doing? So a is a variable I declared int. It is a type of int where I am taking input. Input is a function which lets the user to give, I mean feed value to this a variable. Next we write b is equal to int input enter b. As you can see, this thing is the message that will be okay, I'm not copying from a book. Wow, that's pretty weird. um, this thing, this double bracket thing, it is what is that, what it will be doing, that it will show the user the message. If I write enter a, then the user will be shown enter a, and when I will write enter b, the user will be shown enter to this message enter b. Next thing we do is that, now the basic difference between Python and other programming language is that we don't have to declare any integer. Like in other programming language we have to declare int, su or s in earlier language, but in Python programming we don't have to. So we'll simply write s is equal to a plus b, print s. Okay, now file, save as, I will simply save in a new folder named Python courses, sum of two numbers, sum. Okay, sum, just sum. Okay, the file is now saved over here in my documents folder. I will not show you the pretty simple thing. S is a variable. I mean, in Python you can declare a sum, but sum is an inbuilt function, so I can't write sum. It will give an error message. So that for that reason I am saying S. So then I file, save. We save the two. Okay, this line is a comment line. I can write anything over here. Sum of two numbers, anything, blah blah blah, made by blah blah blah. Okay. Now to run this, to check whether my program is right, doing the thing or not. Restart, enter a 2, enter b 5, 7, simple. See, I will show you again. Press F5. This window will pop up. There will be a window popping up. So enter a, there will be a cursor blinking and saying to saying for your input to feed the variable a over here. See, as I said earlier, a is called int input enter a. This thing is saying the user to feed value to the variable a, type int. There are int. I will give you the data types later. I skipped that part. I will later. Okay, so now I will press 2. First I feed the value 6 and press enter. The value 6 is stored in variable a. Now enter b. I enter 3 and press enter. So when I just enter two values over here, in the first thing a is stored, this line a is stored in variable a, and in the second line 3 is stored in variable b. Then I wrote s is equal to a plus b. This function does that. S is equal to a plus b, print s. Simple program. This is the basic knowledge. This is the basic program of Python. I mean, this is a pretty easy thing. I hope you guys understood it. Next thing I will show you how to write if and else condition. So as I showed you earlier, I do a new file over here, from over here, new file, and I write a comment line, greater number. Okay, and e is equal to int this thing is int means that the type of the variable is a integer type. I mean, I skipped the thing, right? Data types. Two basic things we will be seeing in this new thing. Two basic things is that there is 1 2 3 4 5 something. This is integer. We all know integer. When I write a, it is integer. But when I write something in between a b c, this is string. Okay, this thing is a string. This thing is character. Single value string is known as character. This is a list. This is a list. We will be all what is that? So this is the type integer. This is the type string. This is character. This is list. Now, a basic thing, a very important thing, many questions have come. If I write 1 over here, this is a string. You want to see the proof? Well, I open. We have opened the comma, open the thing. Right. Okay. So I store a is equal to, as I showed you, to input string 1 2 3. Okay, I will just show you everything. 1 2 3. I stored 1 2 3 in the variable a. I didn't declare the variable. What is the variable type? I didn't declare it. Okay. Now I will write type a. This is a Python function which gives you the type of a. What is the type of the variable a? See, the type of the variable is integer, as I showed you in the previous slide. Integer. Now e is equal to abc. Type a. String. This is the string data type. A is a string data type. This variable a is a string because I gave two colons. You can also write like this, double quotes abc. This is also a string. Now this thing e is equal to 1 2 3. This is a string. Mind it, this is a very much string. Wanna see it? Check it. String. See, it is showing str. This is a basic question that comes in beginner courses, like what is the data type, what will be like. You will be given like this. The question will come like this: a is equal to 1 2 3 4, and type of a. What is the thing? Then it is a string. Mind it, this is a string. Let me just quickly check what is the input of this. I forgot. It is also a string, but in other languages like Arduino or etc, this will be like character. It's a thing in there. The last one is list. Is equal to this is a numbered list. See, list. This is a list. I mean, this is a list. I can pretty much understand it. Like, if there is a second bracket in front of it, then this is a list of data type 1 of integers. Now, there is a basic difference between Python and okay, another thing, you can also write list like this. A B comma B type A. This is also a list. This is a list of data type string, and this is a list of data type integer. Both are list, but both store different data types. In Python there is another thing, and it is the most exclusive thing that defines Python from other languages, is that you can also assign string and integer in both. This is the main thing that differentiates the Python and other languages, that you can store multiple value. You don't have to declare. See, in the first line I didn't declare anything. I wrote a whole piece of commands and I didn't declare a single thing. This is the whole difference thing that is from Python to another something. Now I will show you the programs later, but first thing first, I will show you what are these things. I mean, what is this process, what is the index numbers, what does index number do, what is the index number value. Okay, so over here E is equal to 1 2 3 4 5. Over here, as you can see, A is 1 2 3 4 5. This is a list consisting of 5 variables, 1 2 3 4 5. This thing these are known as index number. First index number is 0 1 2 3 4. Index number always starts from 0 1 2 3 4, like 0. First index number is always 0, or you can also, there is a negative thing I will teach you later, but basic concept is that for first index number is 0. You want to see a new thing, A 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, this list is stored consisting of 1 2 3 4 5. Now I print A 0. What is this line doing, you may ask? Print A of 0. This line basically does is that print the value of list A, index number 0. Okay, I mean, in this line I'm specifically saying to print the value stored in the list of the index number 0. See, now 1 is printed. Now if I write to print A, okay, the whole list will be printed, because I didn't specify to print the thing what to print, or else I didn't think. Or you can also write like this. See, this is the whole thing in Python, because this is why Python. Okay, so this is basically a null character over here, that's why it's showing error. Okay, now I write print 0. What this line is doing, what the line is doing. So basically, as I showed you in the previous slide, this is the 1 position, this is the 0 position, this is the 1 position, this is the second position. I mean, 1 is being occupied in the index number 0, 2 is being occupied in index number 1, 3 is a 2. So in this line, 0 dot dot 1 2. What it line does, A is the list, third bracket open and close, 0 initial value